Tool and insulation materials. Any electrically conductive material can be used as a tool, but the corrosive nature of the electrolyte necessitates the use of materials such as stainless steel or brass. Other factors to be considered are machinability of the tool material, thermal conductivity, rigidity, and electrical resistance. With regard to insulation, the most commonly used materials are porcelain, vinyl, phenolic, enamel, Teflon, and epoxy. These applied to electrode by spraying or dipping. Sometimes they are attracted to the tool in the form of pre-machined self-supporting members. Tool size. The ECM tool is approximately the mirror image of the machined area of the completed part. The tool dimensions are slightly different to allow for overcut, which can range from 0.025 to 0.5 mm depending on the feed rate, electrolyte flow rate, etc. The side overcut is about 1.5 times the frontal gap. Electrolyte flow arrangement. Correct flow across the tool is essential for proper machining. Attention should be paid to the tool shape where cavitation of the electrolyte is likely to occur. Tool design must permit a uniform electrolyte flow in all machining areas. Excessive flows are also not desirable as they erode the tool. Some of the correct methods of arranging the flow patterns are shown schematically. Basically, two methods of flows are used, namely divergent flow and convergent flow. The below figure illustrates the divergent flow application. This method is simple and inexpensive, and it works satisfactorily in most cases. The convergent flow method is shown in figure provides a smooth flow of electrolyte. The electrolyte is admitted through chamber called dam to pressurize the area outside the workpiece and the tool. An adjustable valve is placed in the exhaust side of the system to produce back pressure and for facilitating control of flow and pressure. The pressure chamber of dams are usually constructed of plexiglass, brass, or stainless steel. The advantages of this process system are improved surface finish, reduced possibility of arcing, much cleaner operating conditions, more uniform and predictable side overcut and front machining gap, elimination of undesirable machining due to stray currents. Handling of slug. When machining through holes, a slug of material directly below the hole in the tool is separated as the tool completes the breakthrough as shown in figure. This slug of workpiece is free to move in any direction and it might create a short circuiting or it may damage the tooling by hitting against it. Slug formed after breakthrough. Safe handling of the slug.